Hello, how are you? Do you know what the internet loves? Lists. Do you know what I love? The internet. Here's a list. Here are my top 5 favourite female characters from books of all time, ever. In no particular order. I'm going to start with an obvious one, Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre is my favourite book, and Jane herself is just what I wish every first person narrator could be. She's just wonderful in a perfectly Victorian way, and she's true to what she believes in, and she is very morally grounded. What a fantastic character, what a very interesting life to read about. If you haven't read Jane Eyre, get on that right now. Next up is Skeeter from The Help. Skeeter was played by Emma Stone in the movie version of The Help. The book is written by Catherine Stockett, and I wouldn't say I prefer the movie to the book, but I would say that I would much rather rewatch that movie, and I have done in the past, than reread that book. I don't know, I just think the movie brings a wonderful book to life, you know what I mean. I love all the characters in that book, but Skeeter is my favourite because, I don't know, she sees something bad happening and doesn't quite know what to do about it. If you don't know, The Help is about African American help and their white bosses treating them absolutely terribly in America, and Skeeter sees that this is happening and she fights the good fight, and I'm very fond of her, and I'm very fond of Emma Stone's portrayal. I think it's wonderful, so watch that movie if you haven't. I think it's on Netflix, but maybe not. Next up, it's Hermione Granger. Obviously, I've always loved Hermione, and I always will. She's not perfect. I think she can be very annoying at times. She's clever, the brightest witch of her age, and she's a Gryffindor through and through. She's such a loyal friend, and that's the biggest, most important Hermione moment for me, is when she wipes her own parents' memories of her to protect them. Like, I think that's really skimmed over in that scene in the movie. It happens really quickly and you don't realise how just big of a decision that is. That's heart-wrenching, that's terrible, and she did it because she was also fighting the good fight. What a wonderful frizzy-haired woman. Another childhood favourite is Tracy Beaker. Tracy Beaker from Jacqueline Wilson's Tracy Beaker books, and there was also a BBC TV show that went on for years and years, so many years, and Tracy Beaker and all of Jacqueline Wilson's books gave me an access to a life that I didn't live and never would as a child. It was about kids in broken families and kids in council flats and kids just overcoming all sorts of sort of social and personal things, and Jacqueline Wilson wrote it so beautifully and so cleverly. Tracy Beaker is a favourite because she was just great. She was this naughty, cheeky child that I could never be, and she had like hair like a toilet brush is how it was described, and yeah, she did some things, but there was always a reason. Her actions always had something that made her go that far, made her cross that line. And yeah, lovely. I would love to revisit those books one day because they meant a lot to me, and I remember I got a big box set for my 11th birthday and I just cherished them, and I still have them, and they're great. And finally, a book I haven't visited in a little while, The Colour Purple, and the character is Shug Avery. She's not the main character, she's a character that's introduced a bit later in the text. It's set in the early 1900s in America, and Shug is a singer. She's kind of a celebrity, and she helps the main character, Celie. She can't get Celie out of her abusive marriage, and she can't fix everything in Celie's life like a fairy godmother, but she does what she can, and their relationship together is really interesting. But eventually she opens Celie up to her sexuality and to all sorts of things, and she's just a fantastic, glamorous character. There's also a movie version which I really enjoy, although it's very bleak and brutal at times, but such a wonderful character, a wonderful singer. And Shug Avery, is that not the best name you've ever heard? Because I think it is. There you have it. Those are my 5 favourite female characters. If I think about it too much, I'm going to change my mind or add another 5 to the list. So that's it. That's definitive. There you go. It's done. Who are your favourite female characters? Let me know. Let me know your messiest, strongest, smartest, silliest woman in fiction or in movies or whatever. I have a dissertation to write, so I'll see you when my word count is a bit healthier, and I hope you're well. Goodbye.